We want to welcome in our next guest. This is Russ Post, and he's going to be talking about an issue that I think so many families in our area have dealt with personally. And Russ, it affected yours so much, you decided to write a book about it.
Yes, I did.
This one called Forgetful, Dementia, or Denial. So it's all about, deciding that. What is it? So tell us a little bit about your story and what led to this book.
Well, I started to see signs of my mother getting this. And I went to the bookstore and I couldn't find anything that was talking about the early stages of being around personally with somebody with dementia. Red flag, red flag, red flag. So I said, you know what? I just started putting this stuff down on paper, and somebody started reading all my notes. Said, you ought to write a book about this. And that's really how it started.
How long did it take you to write the book?
2 years. I had shelved it a couple times because it was really pulling at my heart. I didn't want to put some stuff out there. But then if I deleted that stuff, then the book got flat.
And talk about some of those signs, those red flags that you were seeing with your mother.
Repetitive stories. She had a cat story that was like 3 minutes long, and she would tell it to you one time, and then a minute later, the same story, line for line, and then 3 minutes later, the same story. And I have learned that you cannot interrupt these people when they're in these stages. You just gotta let it play out and just.
I've often heard you don't correct them. It just confuses them more. Just like you said, just go with it.
Yeah, and go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if this book has been part of the healing process for you.
Yes and no. When you put stuff out there that maybe affects some family members a little rough, then you got to think about that. Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing? But like I said, I'm only going to do it one time, and I wanted to get it right the first time. So I had a great editor, which my hat's off to editors. We don't give them enough credit.
Have a big job.
Sue Hoadley did a fantastic job. The design, the cover, editing, telling me to keep going, take a break, the whole gamut, she was right there. So,
And where is your book available? Where can folks find this?
well, I'm having a signing at Creek's Bar and Grill on September 30th and the 1st, next weekend, from 8 to 5. Then I'll be at the Victoria Inn on 401 Peach Street, October 2nd on Sunday from 1 to 3.
And folks can get a copy of your book in those
Yes, signed
locations?
copy. I've got 500 of them.
Okay.
So there's a lot to go around, and
And how's your mom doing now?
she's passed away.
Passed, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is quite an emotional journey for you to write this book.
Absolutely, it is. It was tough.
So if perhaps you're watching and thinking, I'm starting to see those changes in my parents, and I like in the book you called it the golden years, but is it really? There's a lot to tackle there. So if perhaps you're in this struggle, someone head there. We'll post some of these sites where you'll be.
And I'd like to add, one of the easiest tests, if you think somebody might be going down that road, you can walk into their house and say, remember the color purple, and then 35 minutes later, ask them, what color did I ask you to remember? And if it's not purple, something's wrong.
Right. And then what? Go contact your family doctor, start there?
Exactly.
So a lot more of those red flags and questions answered in this book. And it's a tie that we do want to make our viewers know of, the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Yes.
And that's a big one in our community. It is actually coming up this Sunday.
It sure is. Sunday in downtown Erie's Perry Square. I believe that we've got a full page there with a little bit of information on registration for you there. It begins at 9, and there's a welcome ceremony at 10 a.m. You can also go to a website, if we could pull that full page up.
I think we
there's
had.
a phone
I think
number.
we did a couple of minutes ago.
Can't do it. Okay. But you can go to the Alzheimer's website, just Google it, and and just Google Alzheimer's Walk Erie. It is this Sunday. You can get information about it there.
Yeah, so Russ, thanks for being here again. The book is called Forgetful, Dementia, or Denial.
Yes.
And we'll be right back.